All right, sir, do you want to call us to order?
All right, let's call this meeting to order. Any citizens' comments?
No citizens' comments.
All right. Should we start with new business?
Yep.
Okay, let's move to,
Gotta read the whole thing.
oh, okay. Approval of minutes, March 6th, 2025, regular meeting. Anybody, let's move to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second, all right. Approved and seconded. Certificate of,
Vote.
did I miss? Oh, let's vote.
All in favor?
All in favor? All right,
Thank you.
there we go. Certificate of appropriateness review for 808 Main Street in the West End Historic District action item. Application by Gary Bergen to install an awning over the store front at 808 Main Street.
Okay, so because our packet was so large this month, I did not print out copies for everybody. We're gonna review them on the screen.
Yeah,
And then Mr. Bergen is here if we have questions for him. So
okay,
this is for 808 Main Street. So this is right next to Newberry Square. It's been a vacant storefront for several years. Mr. Bergen is in the process of remodeling it and would like to do an awning out on the front.
yes,
And so he has provided it sideways, and I can't fix that while we're doing it this way, but this is the general idea of what he is looking to do. It would expand the entire storefront and project kind of over the entry door.
yeah. Are we planning on doing the stripes?
Yes.
That's what you're gonna do, Gary? Please.
Right,
What color is the front of the building now? It's like a green.
it's gray,
It's a greenish gray. It's about like his shirt.
yeah,
Our plans were black and white to kind of stick with the historical of that time period. I don't know what the building had on it originally, but there are I-beams sticking out that used to support something.
oh, yeah, no, it had to be an awning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
there's
just
no
don't know what it
names
looked
yet.
like.
yeah,
Okay, so that's,
is it metal?
The awning,
Yeah,
we're back and forth on if we would do canvas or metal.
either way, it'll look
Similar to
like
that.
that.
Does that make a difference to us, Katie?
I don't know that it does. I think in that section of it, in that section of the review sheet, awnings are. Under H. And it just says cloth and sometimes metal awnings and canopies were common during the 1880s through 1960s period. Cloth ones could be rolled, raised or lowered. And other canopies were of general rigid construction, so.
This would not roll back, this would be permanent.
no. I don't
If
think
it was cloth, it wouldn't be one that like rolled up, no, it would just,
It would be.
it's permanent.
it would be the rigid frame situation. Okay. Any other questions before
Preliminary
we start
questions,
going
no,
through?
let's start going through.
Okay.
All right. Section A, brick, stone and concrete, I don't think it applies,
Yeah, we're not talking about.
okay?
Exterior walls.
So that's section NA. The B, metals. Metals are often used in historical buildings, particularly for ornamental elements such as columns and cornices and utilitarian features such as doors, windows, and hardwares. I don't think anything of that and that is going to apply either. C, the wood. So historical wooden elements includes doors, window sashes, and sometimes ornamental siding, so that doesn't apply either. Correct. Better check with everybody. Okay. D, design guidelines for historical elements. Let's follow this for a second. Preservation of character defining historical features of the storefront and main facade, including display windows, bulkheads, entryways, doors, transom lights, upper story windows, cornices, and parapets. And
None of that's
A,
being changed, correct?
none of that's being changed. If a storefront has been altered, restoration to the original design is no longer evident, historical, okay, I don't think that applies either. What do you think, guys? Okay. If the altar storefront has acquired historic significance in its own right, preserving the altar storefront may be the most appropriate course of action. I don't think it applies in this action, in this place either. Preservation of historical storefronts and secondary building facades. We're,
Isn't that what we're looking at?
we're not worried about that. Let's go to windows. I don't believe any of the windows that are going to, and any of this is going to apply. People, guys, what do you guys
Not
think?
everything with windows, right?
No windows? That's a big section. Okay,
Doors.
doors also does not apply. Roofs do not apply. Roofs. Oh, here we go, awnings and canopies. Excuse me, guys, I gotta throw.
You want me to read it?
Okay,
Stand a little breath.
I am a little
Okay,
crowd.
I will read it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so awnings and canopies, cloth and sometimes metal awnings and canopies were common during the 1880s through 1960s period. Many awnings could be rolled, raised, or lowered, and they were often sheltered the entire walkway in front of the building, while canopies were generally of rigid construction. So number one, maintaining and repairing existing historical canopies or awnings or replacement with canopies or awnings that retain the appearance of the original. Replacement of missing historical canopies or awnings with historically compatible designs.
It does apply.
Go with yes then. Okay, chimneys, we are not looking at chimneys.
Yeah.
Balconies, no, we are not looking at
So
balcony.
none of that applies. It's not an addition because I believe. So section, whatever that is, I can't see it on my,
Okay,
okay,
design guidelines for addition, it's not an
Because-
addition to the historic building.
because I believe the framework is existing.
Yeah, it has the metal,
So I don't think we're really
but even if it didn't still have those, it would still not be considered an
an addition.
addition.
Okay,
Addition is
then we're
actual additional building
Oh,
space.
very
So like
well,
if they
that's
were
not
building it
weird.
up, or if they were doing an extension off the back or off the front, that would be an addition.
L is design guidelines for parking facilities. And lighting, that doesn't apply. All right, and guidelines for new construction, that does not apply. So let's go back to K. This is applicable,
Yep, and we're excited it meets it.
yeah, and it does mean it. Are you locked into the stripes, Gary?
I would prefer it.
Okay.
The one on Newberry to me looks very modern and new. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't fit the building.
Yeah,
I want to stick with something that's very historic looking.
gotcha. And I agree, I just,
And those were cute. They drew attention to the business that we're in at the time.
okay, yeah.
Square used the
I
original.
like
design.
the strips.
Okay, because it's just a personal thing for me, so.
Yeah, when we're open-ended like this, I always get worried that we won't have another black wall like we did before. Right?
Yeah, yeah, no, so,
So when we don't have it really defined, we're saying, yes, we like the concept.
Well,
We're really hoping
so-
it doesn't change radically. from
Yeah.
What this is.
So I would say that you guys could move to approve it with the condition that if Gary does not go with a striped metal or cloth awning, that he comes back in front of the board
yeah,
to have it approved. Like if he, for some reason, can't get the stripes, or is
Yeah.
like, bright red is a better idea, that he would come back and have that design choice reviewed again.
that would be
Does
good.
that work for you?
I completely agree. Yep.
Okay, very cool.
Because
We
right now, this
we
is
have been
what you would like
blindsided,
to do.
the black building across the street
I understand.
was done in the middle of the night and it's still a real sore point for all of us because it really is an eyesore.
We've
Yeah.
done everything we can to try to bring back the history of this building.
Mhm.
So I want your guys' input as well as your approval.
Mhm.
whatever.
Well, we don't want to make it more expensive
Or harder, or any of that.
Yeah, I mean, and it might be something where, Gary goes to order when he's ready to like do that portion of his project. Maybe he can't get this. Or maybe like you know, it's months and months or years or whatever out,
Right.
sometimes getting items is hard, right?
I'm having a difficult time just trying to find someone that will do it.
Yeah, so it might be that by the time he's able to actually complete, because of things like delivery times and being able to order and finding a contractor and all those things, what he wants to do might not be available
Yeah.
anymore, so
Possible.
So.
I don't think it would be inappropriate to just put it as a condition that if he's not able to do what is being presented to you today, that it comes back. I mean, it's not.
I think that's fair, more than fair.
Good suggestion.
And again, my thing was just, you know, just a little, seems busy, but, and it does, that's just my personal opinion.
I move that we approve the certificate of appropriateness for 808 Main, West End Historic District, with the condition that if anything major changes in the plan, that it be returned to us for a quick review.
Wait a second.
I'll second that.
Perfect. Let's move to see if we want to approve this certificate of appropriateness. Those who want to approve it, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Seems like it passes. Congratulations, Gary.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for making Main Street better.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I can get the contractors to show up, we'll be done in about a week.
Good luck with that one.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, so then
moving on.
our next one. again, we're gonna
Sound like a
do it the
grumbly
same way.
bear.
I am a grumbly bear. I'm sorry, guys. I just, it's like overtook me this
We're not alone.
morning.
Okay, going on.
Oh, you're not getting a kiss from me
I forget we're being recorded, so I better stop.
So on our second certificate of appropriateness,
Yes, you
this
go
one
for
is for
exactly.
126 Main. There's 128, but that's not an actual address.
128?
So this is across the street on Main Street, Kent Bot Building. This is to modify the north entrance to the second floor by removing a double door and adding a new vestibule, including a single door, windows, and transom that are similar to existing. So this red one is what is the existing with the double door in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually,
That's what's there now.
that's what's there now.
Uh-huh.
This is the thing right now. And then this drawing would be that it goes to a single door, right? Because this would kind of come in, but they would do a similar with transom lights. And create a vestibule so that there was kind of a landing pad for them to go in because there's stairs directly after those doors. And it makes it more controlled for the tenants that are upstairs.
Okay.
You can see in the drawings, you have like the vestibule, new transom window on the top, new entry door similar to the adjacent two doors. So these two adjacent doors, this one and this one, have that full window pane.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they're looking to
Just extend the panes and make it,
get to do similar, so you would have a little bit more of a frame to the door,
uh-huh,
right? The frame situation
you're right.
gets widened so that this goes to a single door. And then door would look similar to the two on the side.
Mm-hmm.
New transom window goes above. But then it goes from a 3-pane to a single pane, again with some trim. And then you can see that that creates this little vestibule kind of pocket. So that there's a landing spot before you get to the door. Because I don't know if you have gone to some of the buildings downtown that the door butts right up to the stairs. It's really interesting getting in and out of those buildings.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a safety concern. So that is what is in front of you.
Historically, there were a lot of highly motivated people to get to the second floor.
Right. That was a well-traveled building,
Yeah.
let's say.
Mhm.
And then on this one, I did, because I send those notices out to everybody, and so it's not truly a public hearing, but it does. We request public comment, so I did get one public comment on this particular one. This is from John Nielsen at 302 Prospect Boulevard. I think he was a little confused as to what he was receiving a notice for, but he did say that he is in support of people improving their properties in the downtown corridor. So
Okay. So it sounds positive.
yes, he was.
Wasn't a complaint.
No, it was not a complaint. He was all for it.
Good.
But so I do need to just share that with you. So
Okay, thank you.
Is it getting less wide at the door? It's just a larger single door,
It,
the entryway itself.
um,
to
Probably gonna
me,
be a
what
little
I
bit
saw, it
narrow.
was, they were kind of enlarging just by a couple inches the door.
yeah, because the
Because they're-
existing doors are skinny.
I see, so.
They're skinnier than those standard ones.
Yeah.
So it'll be a standard size door, like the ones that are on the side that go into the adjoining
Okay.
main floor building businesses. But it looks like they'll be adding a little bit of kind of trim paneling around it
Right.
to take up the rest of the space that's,
Yeah, because in the door you got, you know, the jamb and then you have the furring and then so when they're doing windows, there's a lot less framing that's involved. So
So
that'll
would it-
skinny up that a little bit on
Okay.
each
but I
side.
don't think the actual entrance is gonna get
Yeah, it's not
that
gonna
much smaller.
Okay.
change, yeah.
Cause I mean, if you look at the picture, the
It didn't look like it visually, I just.
yeah, the two side doors are an actual kind of a wider door, and then the double doors are skinnier double doors.
So are we treating this as doors and
I
wood
think
and
so.
also, we have quite a few different elements here.
Yes, there are a number of things to look at in this particular one. So you,
Maybe we could bring up the pictures again, just as we go through.
because you can see it also, it's going to extend, so this is kind of in that covered little area, right, where the building kind of dovetails in, and then there's the two for the
Mhm.
downstairs tenants, and then in the middle is the one that goes up to the stairs. So here, I'll pull it up so you guys can see.
Yeah, thanks.
So in this drawing, you can see that you're doing an extension of 4 feet and 4 inches out from where those doors are existing.
Oh.
Because
they're-
as you can see,
Yeah.
it's creating a landing.
It's got-
Pulling it
Right
out.
now it
Pulling it
opens.
towards
Pulling it
sidewalk.
out
Yeah,
forward.
because it opens outward. You open those doors and the step is right there. So like literally you get to that last step and you have a door.
Mhm.
Makes it really fun to get in.
Mhm.
So this will create a little landing.
So are they moving
Yeah,
the door then?
Yes, the door will come out.
Yeah,
4
okay, so
feet,
they're
4 inches.
moving the whole thing this way?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so 4 feet, 4 inches, the door will come out. You can see it's slightly out currently, but that's probably only like 6 inches, right?
Right,
But so this whole piece will come out
right,
4 feet, 4 inches. So you can see that here, that measurement here. So this
okay,
is like, this is a door, this is the existing door on the sides. So this will come out to create this little vestibule.
oh, so they're only gonna move the middle door?
Just the middle door.
I,
Yes, so this double door situation right here is gonna come out 4 feet, 4 inches. So that these doors can then swing in rather than swing
Right.
out, because I bet you they swing out right now.
I bet you they do.
And it's gonna create that little tiny vestibule so the door can swing all the way in, a person can get in and then go up the stairs to the upstairs.
Now, and then, but the things on the sides are just gonna be windows, they're not gonna be doors anymore,
No,
correct?
these are gonna be doors. These go into.
The doors are.
Oh, they're gonna leave those doors.
Yeah.
Okay,
These two go into downstairs tenants.
okay,
So you have a tenant here.
Yeah.
You have a tenant here. These doors go into each of those sides.
okay,
And then in between them are doors that go upstairs.
I got you.
on the side of the extension, is that just
Is
gonna be
that-
solid?
It's gonna be
wood or
this, so it's gonna
decorative?
have a wall and then the transom light at the top, or transom window at the top,
Right. Would
So
it be
that's
a decorative panel on this? Oh, that's it there, I'm sorry.
right here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's gonna be kind of a decorative
Gotcha.
panel.
Yeah, that makes
Looks
sense.
like it'll have some raised detailing.
With some light coming
And
in.
then it'll have the transom window at the top, much like there's a transom window here.
Yep.
So it'll look really similar to this entry that
Right.
they're creating, except they will not have doors. It'll just have that 4-foot panel on each side.
And the door will be 4 feet closer to the side. Or, yeah, okay. Right,
So see, you have little, and like little
Mhm.
entrance here, little entrance here. existing door. And this little,
We're dealing with wood and not metal, right?
But,
We're starting at section C, are we?
yeah,
Sounds like.
sounds like it. A is,
yeah, new
Not
wood
applicable.
trim, match existing color,
they are matching color.
that's what it says.
Awesome.
They're gonna try to match that kind of reddish.
Keep the red door. I like it.
New entry door similar to adjacent existing doors that are remaining, door color will match, the existing doors, the frame color will match the existing frame color, so that grayish color. Hardware will match the existing hardware, so those nice big long brass handles.
Mhm.
Um,
No, it's a cool building.
and then, like I said, they'll do that high transom window on each side of that vestibule that they're creating, so there'll be like the 3 little windows all around.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And that
the
4-foot.
kind of the major difference with the existing window that's above the door is right now it is a 3 pane and they're going to a single pane like the 2 on the sides.
Yeah.
So all 3 doors will basically look the same.
Mm-hmm. So no metals. Let's go to C.
Yeah, no metal, all.
No metals.
all wood.
That is in,
Okay, do we need to look at this picture anymore or?
I think we're golden.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So C. There's not a lot to read here, right here, so. Historical wooden elements include doors, window sash, and sometimes ornamental siding, so definitely applies here.
Looks
Not,
like two is the only one
it's just, well, preservation looks like they are preserving a lot of the character.
Cause you are
And
doing
historical.
replacement in kind with same type, size and material.
Yes, so I think it is applicable, but I think it is a yes for me. I don't know. Everybody else?
that. Sure.
Okay, all right. Maintaining historical protective coatings such as paint and historical colors on wood features. I don't think they're gonna try to do their best, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know that I would say that those are historical colors, but they're trying to match what's currently there.
Which,
So that's a, yeah.
well, the red door is program. Cleaning if needed with the gentlest methods possible. Okay. Number 3 or number 4, providing proper drainage to prevent water damage to historical wood elements. I'm sure that this was engineered. They had somebody. Was it Tim?
Yeah, it's Tim Lynch.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I have
architect.
confidence, complete confidence that Tim has it engineered exactly the way it's supposed to go. All right,
Okay, so D,
so let's go to D. Design guidelines for historical building elements. Preservation of character, defining historical features of the storefront and main facade, including display windows, bulkheads, entryways, doors, transom lights, upper story windows, cornices, and parapets.
Yeah.
I'd say they're doing their best. Yes. Because we need to make the building usable, so that's kind of important, right? If a storefront has been altered, restoration to the original design is no longer evident and historical photographs are not available. A simplified interpretation of similar period storefronts is often acceptable. Removal of incompatible modern materials covering historical elements may be appropriate.
I don't know that this one.
I don't think that applies, yeah. If the altered storefront has acquired historic significance in its own right, preserving the altered storefront may be the most appropriate course of action. That sounds kind of like what they're doing right now anyway, but I don't know how much has changed, honestly, because I don't think.
I don't think that this one would apply.
No, I don't think so either. Preservation of historical storefronts on secondary building facades,
Not that.
not. And the window section,
This is generally for upper windows.
yes, let's see. Display windows. Not transom windows, okay, we all good with that?
Yep.
Doesn't apply? All right, cool. Yeah, doors, I guess that would
I feel
apply.
like doors might apply.
Yeah,
Doors.
this section addresses exterior doors generally situated on the ground level of a commercial building. Most historical doors of the 1880s to 1960s period are wood or wooden glass, although some later doors during this period are metal and glass. All right, number one. Preserving the function and decorative features of historical doors, particularly the main entrance. Important historical door features including the door, side lights, transom lights, hardware, and decorative detailing. Features too deteriorated to repair can be replaced in kind with the same size, type, and material. To me, I believe they're doing their best at keeping it, but making the entrance functional for years to come. So my thing would be yes. Anybody else? Okay. Preservation of historical doorways openings, particularly on high visible primary facades. I say yes. Anybody else have any other opinion?
Actually, makes it better.
Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna be better. Yeah. If replacement of historical doors is necessary, use of new doors that retain the appearance of the original materials designed, particularly on high visible facades is desirable. Replacement with a very ornate door is discouraged unless supported by historical photographic evidence. I think we're both in here. Yes, for me, okay. Roofs do not apply. Awnings and canopies does not apply it in this situation. Design guidelines for additions to historical buildings. We're not
Go back,
adding.
go back. Chimneys.
Oh, did I miss chimneys?
And balconies.
Chimneys and balconies.
I'd say, yeah, chimneys and balconies are both not applicable. Sorry, guys, I missed that.
Thank you.
Mhm. For additions, again, we're not adding on anything really. Correct? Ms. Gainer?
I'm looking through this, to make sure there's not.
I don't believe anything else.
Yeah.
Sections apply.
I
Yeah,
don't,
I wouldn't say,
I don't think so, because, They're not. yeah,
or the Lee modification line. I don't know that it would be that, because it's still not, if you can't get upstairs, not,
Good point.
I know that there has been talk about, if they ever do something different with the upstairs units, whether or not they would,
Have to address that.
yeah, if they would do like an elevator or something, but that's not where we're at right now.
parking, street lights, that's not applicable. And what else do we have in this awesome pamphlet packet here? New construction, which we are not dealing with at this time. I say we move to approve the certificate of application for 128 Main Street. Well, anybody, is there a motion, first motion, or you want to make the first motion? First motion from her, we got a second? All right, fantastic.
Who's my second?
All right, one more to go, guys.
About we vote.
Oh, yeah, we need vote.
Only vote,
All those
yeah,
in favor?
all those in favor.
Aye.
I'm running things differently today.
We'll get you.
Thanks for keeping it straight, guys.
We will slow you down.
Yeah. I'll get to be pro at this eventually.
This is just like decaf today.
Nope.
Okay, and
Just like,
our
I'm
third
halfway through
one,
this problem.
our third one is, I'm just gonna say, our third one is weird. Because it's up in Normal Hill, and it's for a sign, which we normally don't see in Normal Hill.
It's for the
But it's at the
hospital.
hospital for
Yeah.
their ambulance bay, and they're replacing one of their lighted signs that's on the ambulance bay. So,
Yeah, so what's the new sign gonna look like?
like, we'll say ambulance.
That's,
So this is a replacement of a cabinet sign, so you can see.
Yeah.
Our existing situation is here. This is the proposed.
yeah, I don't think there's much difference.
Size.
Same size, yeah, Just- just a new,
sign.
they just got a new sign.
It's a replacement sign. I'm sure the color is slightly brighter
Yeah,
because.
it's really-
Yeah, it's new. The other one's probably
It's
been up
gonna
there
be
for
an
20, 30 years.
LED, so
Yeah.
it'll light right up.
All right,
So since this is in the Normal Hill Heritage Overlay Zone, you have that form, which does not speak specifically to signage.
okay,
So how do we deal with it?
Well, so we're just gonna read through them and, so,
okay,
and I think a lot of these just aren't going to.
not even apply.
So one, so let's see, so one collective, so one is the historic character of a property shall be retained and preserved. Removal of historic materials or alterations of features and spaces that characterize a property should be avoided.
And this is newer construction. When did that happen? Late 60s, 70s?
60s.
Yeah, I think probably sixties for the ambulance bay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how this even applies.
It doesn't.
Right,
Or
you can just
India.
say NA.
Yeah, let's just say NA. But I mean, it's the same size sign.
Yeah, so they're not changing the
They're not
size.
changing, it still says ambulance entrance. It's not like,
Yep, size is the same. It's a similar, I believe it's an acrylic situation now instead of a metal
Right.
situation. But otherwise, it's the same kind of cabinet sign. So. Okay, so then
would it be weird just
For-
to go, okay, let's
we
go.
gotta do the thing.
We gotta do the thing.
Okay, distinctive features, finishes, and construction techniques or examples of craftsmanship that characterize a property shall be preserved.
Mhm.
That'd be a broad stroke, I think, to make that.
Again, you can say
NA.
that it doesn't apply.
Self-design.
Because, so remember, it says HPC may make an exception to one or more of the factors, provided that such an exception is justified by special findings and recorded in the HPC minutes. So special findings could very well just be that this is a hospital that does not have the same sort of historic significance as,
Yeah.
homes or other
This is-
period buildings.
This is kind of where I was.
So I don't think that it would be inappropriate for you to go through each of the factors and say that you don't think they apply, and then just, that's your reasoning, that special
So we
circumstance.
can just override this basically, is what you're saying.
We're gonna go through them, and if we
Okay.
decide that they all don't apply, then that's what the commission decides, and I think that you
So,
just,
and we just had these 4.
oh, there's 7.
There's 7. Okay,
We got
so
them.
now there's 7.
Okay, so that was 4, so do we think that that applies or no?
No.
No,
So the number 6 is new additions, exterior alterations, or related new construction shall not destroy historic materials that characterize the property unless such work is for replacement of inefficient or failing materials, fixtures, or systems with modernly designed and constructed replacements that duplicate, replicate, or result in substantial conformance with the visual appearance or integrity of a historically significant aspect of the building. New work shall be differentiated from the old and shall be compatible with the mass, size, scale, and architectural features that protect the historic integrity of the property and its environment. Now, I think you could make an
that
argument
work.
that this one's saying that
It
Yeah.
applies and they're
it-
doing it.
it complies because they're not changing the size.
Right,
And they're replicating, right?
I agree. 100%.
yeah, I think that one
That's
actually.
Those 6 applies.
So we'll say yes. So then 2, each property shall be recognized as a physical record of its time, place, and use. Changes that create a false sense of historical development, such as adding constructional features or architectural elements from other buildings, should not be undertaken. So I could say that one
That
also
would
applies because
help
they're
to
not
work.
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
Do you agree?
yes, 100%.
Fantastic. Then 3, most properties change over time. Those changes that acquired historic significance in their own right shall be retained and preserved. And I don't think that's.
No,
5, deteriorated historic features shall be repaired rather than replaced. When the severity of the deterioration requires replacement of a distinctive feature, a new feature shall match the old in design, color, texture, and other visual qualities, and where possible, materials. Replacement of missing features shall be substantiated by physical or pictorial documentary evidence.
I don't think it's a distinctive feature.
no,
Let's say it doesn't apply.
And then 7, new additions and adjacent or related new construction shall be undertaken in such a manner that if removed in the future, the essential form and integrity of the historic property and environment would be unimpaired.
I'll be darned, that would apply.
It
really would. It'll still look like a hospital if they take
It
that
definitely,
down.
yeah, if they take that down, it still probably look like a hospital.
So we're gonna go with that
Yeah,
Yes,
complies.
yeah. it
Okay, I
complies.
like it.
that works.
All right, that was easy.
Okay, so then, the one,
I think it was 2, or no,
so we said it complied with 6, 2, and 7,
6,
so
2,
with one of those, then mess with 3.
was it, and then,
Okay, so then,
Got it.
otherwise, I feel like you guys have justified the ones that you said don't apply, because the discussion is that this is a hospital.
yes,
And so signage for a hospital, while
correct.
not historic, is an important and integral part of hospital.
Probably is old enough to be historic now.
Right, I mean,
Yeah.
the hospital itself, but
Yeah,
I don't know about like
Good point.
lit signage, so.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
That is how I will reflect it in the minutes, that is the decision of the commission, that although ambulance entrance signage is maybe not a historic element of the building, it is an important and integral part of a hospital.
yes,
Yes.
well, you gotta know where to put the
I
emphasis.
would guess that one, yes.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right, I love it.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve.
Okay, let's move. Do we wanna move to one more motion, a second?
Second.
Joseph's.
Second by Dennis?
No, great.
Right.
Oh, great,
Try to get everybody in.
okay, let's get it. All right, oh, you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna vote.
All right.
All those in favor, say aye.
Right.
All right,
Any opposed?
any opposed?
No. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, next on our list. Okay, so we had discussed, a bunch of times, that, the commission would like to annually request that the city, proclaim May as National Historic Preservation Month. So that's
Yes.
something that we have to do annually. We have to submit that, application.
Okay,
And so you guys have to vote on me doing that, basically. So brief summary or background of the event or organization. So a nationwide effort is being made by historic preservation commissions to declare the month of May as Historic Preservation Month, celebrate the nation's heritage through historic places. We're asking the mayor to proclaim May as Historic Preservation Month in the city of Lewiston, Idaho. This would probably be done at our May 5th, the city council's May 5th work session. So I would attend that. If any of you want to attend that to support that, please do so, and I'll just,
what time is the work session?
work sessions are at 3. It would be on Monday, May 5th at 3.
That's just right around the corner, isn't it? Next month.
It's in a month, yes. So, any questions, thoughts, anything you would like me to add to?
I'd love to make that proclamation,
I literally just put
And I
out
would-
what I put on the board.
and I will definitely try to make the meeting.
Okay, so then do we have a motion to approve that proclamation being
Yes.
sent to council?
All right, Dennis, you're gonna move that for that?
Is my
We get
motion?
a second?
Hmm.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Fantastic. Okay, I will get that entered and off to the city clerk. Yay, so then, this is an interesting one. I've never had this before. Okay, so I got a packet from the State Historic Preservation Office, SHPO. And they are working on some nominations to the National Register of Historic Places for 2 of the bridges in Lewiston. So they have sent the nomination package for you guys to review. And if you so choose, they would like a letter of support for the nominations.
Okay,
Okay, so, and
the Blue
then
Bridge?
Hmm?
Is it the Blue Bridge?
Blue Bridge and the railroad bridge.
Very cool.
Okay, so this is just all the paperwork that comes with it. Okay, so Okay, so our criteria for evaluation, these are just things for you guys to keep in mind as we're reviewing the packet of information. Is that there are associated, that the bridges that are being nominated are associated with events that have made significant contribution to the broad patterns of our history, or that are associated with the lives of significant persons in our past, or that embody the distinctive characteristics of a type, period, or method of construction, or that represent the work of a master, or that possess high artistic values, or that represent a significant and distinguishable entity whose components may lack individual distinction, or that have yielded or may be likely to yield information important in history or prehistory. So their nominations are specific to, where's the thing? Because there's like, so there's different categories.
Well,
What
I
you
thought
do.
they defined it pretty well when they said it was an example of a vertical lift metal trans bridge.
Yes, for the blue one, they had that. Okay, so
Yeah.
they've had, so transportation, and on the, like so the Clearwater River Cams Prairie Rail Bridge, they have, that the categories would be transportation and then railroad related. And then, like Dennis just mentioned, architectural classification, they talked about the vertical lift and then the Warren Truss system.
Mhm.
And then on the Blue Bridge,
That
it,
one talks about it being a metal lift that's been maintained and
yeah, I want to say it's similar. Yes, so then transportation, road related, vehicular. And then they also talked about the vertical lift and the Warren through truss.
I don't see any reason we wouldn't support it.
Yeah.
I'd be like 100% in support of that.
So, okay, so these are their drafts that they sent. This is just all the,
When was that bridge built?
let's see, Camas Railroad Bridge was constructed in 1906.
But the Blue Bridge was like in the 30s or 40s, wasn't it?
Well, it
So,
replaced the other one.
Oh, that's right.
So for the railroad bridge, it says Camas River, Clearwater River, Camas Prairie Railroad Bridge, because that wouldn't be
Yeah,
any
must have
longer.
been.
Okay, is a multi-span steel lift
Yeah, but I
and
would
Warren
think
Truss
Blue
Bridge
Bridge.
constructed in 1906 by the railroad contractor firm Erickson and Peterson.
The Blue Bridge,
Let's see, period of significance.
that early.
I think so. I don't know, there must be, when was the Blue Bridge built?
In school, that's way.
Because they have no paperwork for this thing. Being a little sarcastic.
it was 139, wasn't it? I was able to see that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was 39 or 40. In fact, in the
It's the
40s is what I was thinking. I gotta tell you,
1932.
the photographs that are taken
That's
of
the
that blue bridge,
picture.
you know,
Okay, so-
you look at a bridge and you go, oh, it's not necessarily very pretty.
Pictures of it.
It is kind of neat.
Yeah, when you take a picture and
When
you
I
look
raise it, yeah.
the photos of the blue bridge with the water and the mountains in the back. Hills in the
And those
back,
boats
just,
going underneath it.
just cool.
Good heavens, they have a lot of pictures.
Holy kazoo. Someone had a field day,
Yeah, no kidding.
like for reals.
And this is all railroad. Okay, here we go. Blue Bridge. Nineteen 39.
Yeah.
Blue Bridge is a multi-span steel lift and reinforced concrete bridge constructed in 1939.
I remember it from doing tours.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Not
bridge is
because I got
eligible for
smart.
National Register of Historic Places under the Metal Truss Highway Bridges of Idaho. It is known to be an innovative design that featured the use of a unique mechanical electrical lift system utilizing cables and counterweights.
Good stuff.
Has happened.
Yeah.
Back when it was a green,
Yeah, the Green Bridge.
I remember the Green Bridge.
Period of time.
I like the new color much better. That's for sure.
There was a little bit of an uproar by the public.
Yeah, I remember that.
Back to the blue.
What was that? That had to be 30 years ago.
2002.
People got upset it was painted blue.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
See, here we go. In 1987, Clarkston businessman Don Tushoff led a successful campaign to change the color from a chipping pale green color to blue he had seen painted on Pioneer Memorial Bridge that sits over the Columbia River in the Tri-Cities.
He stuck a ton of money in it too.
Yeah, the bridge was painted blue and remained so even when locals were asked for an unofficial vote for a new color in 1999. Bridge was repainted in 2002, its signature blue color.
There you go.
You guys remember him?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
How can you not?
Interesting man.
Okay, is there any, how much of this do you guys want me to go through, I guess is the question.
I don't think you need to go through it anymore. Because we went
No,
through
we
it.
want
at home. I mean,
We want it, we want it.
We want it.
we went through it at home, so
Well,
we,
what do we need to do here? Do we just need to
Proclamate.
come up with an idea that we wanna,
So they did
Write a
send me,
letter or-
yeah, so they did send me like a sample letter,
Okay.
that we could just replicate. So mostly I just need a decision from the commission that, yes, you agree with, nominations,
Mhm.
And
so
this
we
would be
make a
something
motion
cool
for that?
that if we are all on board with this, we could talk about in May. When we talk to the council.
It should be what we talk about.
For them?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we-
let's just
we're
make
we're
a
voting today
motion.
on this. This is.
What, right,
I'm doing this
I'm
like
just saying, but we
ASAP.
could talk about it. When we're talking, we could bring it up when we're doing our
Historical.
Oh, about-
proclamation of for May
Gotcha.
being historical preservation month.
So just
The
mention.
brain's firing funny today.
It is, it usually fires funny all the time.
Does it?
It's hard to follow.
Okay. So who wants to move that we write a letter in support of?
I would so move.
Okay.
You can't move.
Oh, I am, and then I'll just stay right here.
You don't get that.
Besides Ed.
So moved.
Besides that,
Okay.
Yeah.
So Greg is gonna move that we write a letter in support of the nominations. Do I have a second?
Second.
Neely has a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Hey,
Okay. I will get that letter for, okay.
I love that.
see why you didn't want to print out stuff for this.
Oh, yeah, this is a,
It's a
Yeah,
snack.
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's a snack. I mean, even just doing like the three reviews, but then having the stack that they sent, because like I got it like, I was making packets last week and it arrived in the mail and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this real quick.
oh, yeah, and we're still moving on our church projects,
this
right?
works really well because it can, you would get it at home.
Yes, but I mean, the hope is that you're reading it before you come to the meeting, you know, but kind of the intent of me sending out a packet before the meeting.
That
So,
was the hope.
That's right.
okay, so we have nothing under old business. Currently, we're still working on church project. I just didn't want to put it on today's meeting because there were so many other things on today's meeting.
And I got some good information from Dr. Branting, so that's cool.
Excellent. Any commissioner comments?
I just have one little comment. My niece was here and we went to the museum and they had a little scavenger hunt, which I thought was really neat for the kids. I think that was really a neat thing that they're doing. She got a little treat. She was pleasantly surprised, enjoyed it better than she thought she was going to when we told her we're taking her to the museum. She wasn't acting very happy till she got there. So that was good.
So I guess maybe the comment would be that the memorandum of understanding and the transfer of the Buckeye Temple has taken place.
Oh, yes.
Signed on the 26th of March, transferring ownership of the bulk of the temple. There are a number of private items in that collection given by Mike Mossler. And he and his family had restrictions on that. They have lifted those. They are going to allow that to happen, and we're going to be able to retain all of the items
Oh,
that
nice.
that the Mosslers have provided over the years for the Chinese exhibit. And the fundraising for the $250,000 to $300,000 building has already begun, and we already have contributions. So
Nice.
it will take place, it will happen.
Where are you gonna build that building?
Pardon?
Where are they gonna build the
The
building?
building will be where the Miranda cabin is currently, and the
Okay.
Miranda cabin will be moved east. That lot.
Okay.
Cassie, do you have any council liaison comments?
Not currently. Do you guys have anything for me to bring at this coming meeting?
My understanding, I'm sorry, but Stephen Branting talked to me, well, he sent me an email. And he is looking into having a name, a street named after Reverend Thornburn, I think is his name, Thornburn. And he's looking at Community Way is the name of the street currently. And he's going to be petitioning, I think, to try to get this name to be named after the Reverend Thornburn, who is the founder of the Orchards Methodist Church. So just wanted to bring it up here have you, because he's gonna bring it to the council, and I would say I would support that.
Okay. Do I need to bring anything up, or he's gonna be their person to bring it up?
I believe he's gonna bring it, and so I just wanted to make sure that you know that at least I am in support of that idea.
Okay.
Okay? I don't know if any of the other
You know
commissioners
where
would be
that
behind
road
it.
is?
High school,
Pardon?
not part of high school.
It's up at, yeah,
Oh, the new high school.
the new high school.
What did he do? Is he still alive or?
No, he's passed by now. But he is actually, he was an evangelist for the Methodist Church. And took and actually created the satellite congregation in the Orchards. And he was the main motivation and I guess instigator of having the church by getting the property and having the church built. That is there on right there by the Orchards Elementary School up there. What is it?
Is that the oldest church in the Orchards?
I think it might be.
I don't know.
It was built, they broke ground in 49 and the building was built in 50. So,
Okay, if he's okay with you forwarding that email to me, that'd be great, because that way I don't stumble over my words or memory.
yes, I will, I'll send what he sent me and I'm sure he'll be contacting everybody. Stephen does that. So,
Perfect.
all right,
Okay.
just wanted to bring it, make sure you were aware of it. So if it came across, you go, oh yeah.
Yes, no, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I will share that you are in support of that as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so then for me, okay, so we have a special meeting scheduled for next Thursday, April 10th, 10 a.m. Same place, same location. We have 2 certificates of appropriateness to review at that meeting that I did not get in time to notice for this meeting. So when I sent that out, I had a quorum, so if you're able to attend, please do so that
Yeah, I'll
we
do
can get that done. And then,
Here.
yeah, here.
On the 10th, right?
On the
Yeah,
10th,
wait
next
for me.
Thursday. So then, the other thing, so our regular meeting in May is on May 1st, which is the first Thursday of May. I would like to reschedule that. There is a training out of town that I would like to attend. And I
Yeah.
can't do that and be here, so.
Whatever you need to do.
So if it would work for the group, I believe that this space is available the following Thursday, which is May 8th. So we could schedule it for May 8th at 10 and just move it back a week,
Y'all good with that?
if that
Yeah.
works for everybody.
I'm fine with it.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Not that it matters, but I definitely won't be there at that one. I'm gonna be at the AIC training down in Boise, but have a good meeting.
Not a problem. Okay, so we're gonna cancel May 1, we're gonna reschedule May 8th. Fantastic. Okay, and then final thing is, some members from SHPO are coming up to this area and visiting whoever they're visiting. And so they would like to meet with me and any commission members that are available on May 9th, which would be the next day, it's Friday. I think they're seeing other people on that third day. They wanted to do it Thursday night. I don't want to do it Thursday night, so, so Friday.
Well, if they were buying dinner and drinks, I could.
Right, it might be different. That was not what I was being
Oh, dang it.
asked of, so, yeah.
You're buying dinner and drinks for us? What you just
So
said?
I will send out. Just like, it won't be a formal meeting. I will probably do a notice of potential quorum. And that will not be like a recorded. Agendized.
Have time or anything, yeah.
She said 10,
In the morning.
and this is favorite time for meeting ever.
So that would be the 9th.
The 9th, Friday the 9th.
Here, this building right here.
I don't know if we'll do it up here or if I would do it downstairs. I would have to figure that out.
Fine.
Um,
We may have to look at some stuff at the Liberty and that kind of thing too.
that would make sense. Yeah, she was
Very
not,
cool.
they are not my favorite communicators. Cause they act like everything's a secret. When it doesn't need to be. A little annoying. So,
And tell you
Confidential.
stories.
it's not though.
And
It's
tell you
not.
stories.
And especially like when they want to meet with the whole body, right? Like that creates a lot of extra work for me because
You
that
gotta
meeting
put-
has to be noticed and arranged and all the things. And if I don't have an agenda, then I don't understand why I would call a meeting of you guys,
Yeah.
right? So it's just one of those things and we're just gonna try to accommodate the best we can. So I will send out a reminder about that. I will just do a notice of quorum. Like I said, it will not be a whole meeting like this. I will not be recording it.
Okay.
The last people they sent up here a month or two ago were very pleasant, so.
Oh, they're always super nice.
It's just vague.
Yeah, it's just not great at communicating. So that's fine. So just know that that is coming and that I will send out like a reminder saying, hey, if you're able to come, please come. And that'll kind of be it.
And just a quick thank you again, Casey, for showing up.
For always.
Yes, of course. And obviously, if there's ones that you don't want me to be here, just let me know.
You should be fine. Again, we don't have a lot of confidential information here.
I did not invite you though to the next one, just because all we're doing is reviews.
Okay, perfect. That works anyway, because I wasn't able to make it to, you're talking about the 8th, correct?
No, the April 10th,
Oh.
special meeting
Oh,
Oh,
just
okay.
just for reviews.
okay, perfect. Sounds
We're
good. Thank
only
you.
doing reviews. You don't need to necessarily be there.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
I move we adjourn. One second.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yep, give me whatever you don't want.
Do
Okay,
this.
and we adjourn.
Bye, thank you.
Yeah.
See you there.
All right.
Bye.